Hey everybody, so today we'll be creating some spring summer shorts, okay? The yarn that I'll be using is this right here. Okay, what you'll need: scissors. I like to keep stuff just in case, but needles, and your pins. And the hook size I'll be using is a 4.5. All right. And how many balls of yarn? You should see it on the screen somewhere. And you'll also need some measuring tape. So before we start, you will want to measure your waist, because we're starting with the waistband, and you want your waistband to be exactly the length that you need it to be. And since we're not going to be chaining so you can wrap around, you have to, or once we start doing it, you can wrap it around your waist to see. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with a slip knot. Okay, so after you make your slip knot, go ahead and chain up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so after you chain up 5, you want to go into the first stitch and put 3 double crochet. So into the first chain, we're going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. After that, we're going to chain up 2, 1, 2, and in that same exact spot where we put those last 3 double crochets, we're going to put 3 more. Oh no, did I say 2? Oh, so I chained 2. Okay, so we chained 2, and like I said before, we're going to put 3 double crochets in there. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So this is what we have. We're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to flip our work. Okay. So working into that chain 2 spot, okay, right here, we're going to put 3 more double crochets into this spot right here, and then we're going to chain up 2 and then put 3 double crochets in this. So first we're going to do 3 double crochets into this chain 2 spot. I went into the first stitch with it, so yeah, so make 3 double crochets into this spot. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and put 3 more double crochets into that same spot. 1, 2, 3, and after that you chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to flip. Okay, so again, we're going to go into that chain 2 spot again, with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain up 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to put 3 more double crochets into that same spot. 1, 2, 3, chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to flip our work. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to be working into the chain 2 spot right here in each, and you're just going to keep repeating this until you have the length that you need for your waistband. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on this. Remember, you after you chain up 3, you go into this one right here, go into this spot with 3 double crochets, chain 2, add 3 more double crochets into the same spot, and then you chain up 3. Okay, and then you flip your work and do it all over again until you get to the length that you need. Okay, so you go ahead and work on that. I'm going to work on mine, and I will meet you at the end when I'm finished. Okay, so after we do finish our waistband, mine came out to 35 inches, and then when I stretch it, it goes to 44, the length I need. So now that I finished that, we're going to join our waistband. Okay, so you should still have your stuff connected, and we're going to start right in this area right here. Okay, so we're going to go in, and we're going to be doing single crochets. Okay, so let's chain up 1. Go off our hook, put our hook through this one right here, pull through, then we're going to chain 1. Okay, basically what you want to do is you want to go into the openings at the end and just make your single crochets inside those spaces. So into the next opening right here, we're just going to go into both openings, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Then go through the openings again, yarn over, pull through 2. Go through the openings, yarn over, pull through 2. And into this opening, that's going to be where we put our last one at. We're going to put 2 in that one. So yarn over, this is my second one. And we're going to pull through 2. Okay? And now we're going to chain up 2. 1, 2. Okay? So this is how it looks. This is of course the inside. This is the outside. Okay. Okay, so the waistband is connected. Okay. So what we're going to do, every time we start a row, we're going to flip it. Okay, so we flip our our stitch, and we chained 2 already. Okay, so in the stitches around, we're going to put a single crochet. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 single crochet into the first opening. Okay, so right here, 1 single crochet into the stitch, a single crochet into the next stitch, a single crochet. Now into these right here, we're going to put 2 single crochets. Okay, 1, 2. Into the next opening right here, a single crochet, another one right here. Okay, what we're going to do with this one, we're going to skip over this one and put a single crochet. Okay, like that. We're not going to go into that hole, we're going to close it off. So into the next stitch, a single crochet, this stitch, a single crochet right here, 2 single crochets. Okay, so right here, in between here, we're going to put a single crochet. Into this space right here, we're going to put a single crochet. We're going to skip over this and go into the next stitch with a single crochet. Okay, so this is how it's looking. All right, so you want to continue this all the way around into the stitches, single crochet, another stitch, single crochet, these openings right here, 2 single crochets, this opening right here, because it's a little piece of yarn separating it, 1 into the first one, 1 into the next one. We skip over this opening and go into the next stitch with a single crochet, and then you just repeat that all the way around till you get to the end, and I'll meet you back when I'm finished. Okay, so we reached the end of our work, so we're going to join this in right here with this stitch. And then we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to flip our work. So we're not going to go this way, starting this way. We're going to go back that way. All right. So our work is flipped. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put half double crochets in each stitch. Okay, so you're not going to start right here, you're going to start into this stitch right here with a half double crochet like that, and we're going to go all the way around till we get to the end. Okay, so 1 half double crochet in each stitch until you make it to the end, and I'll meet you back for the next row. Alright, this is how it's looking. Okay, so yeah, so half double crochets all the way around till you get to the end, and I'll meet you back. Alright, I'm at the end of this row. Into this stitch right here, I'm going to make a slip stitch. Okay, and to close that row off, we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to flip our work. Okay, all right, so for this row we're going to chain up one more, making that 4. Okay, so we're going to skip this stitch right here. Okay, and we're going to put a half double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, we're going to chain up 1, and then we're going to skip 1, and into the next one we're going to put another half double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, meaning chain 1, we're going to skip a stitch and into the second stitch, half double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch and into the second stitch, half double crochet. All right, chain 1, skip a stitch and into the second stitch, half double crochet. All right, we're going to repeat this all the way around until we get back to the end, and I'll meet you back when I'm finished. All right, remember, chain 1, skip a stitch, and into the second stitch we're going to put a half double crochet. All right, okay, so I'm at the end of the row where I chained up the 3, I believe. So then we're going to go into the chain, into that chain right not the chain that you go right before you get to the stitch, but the chain under it. We're going to slip stitch to close off the end. Okay, just like that, and then we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our work. Okay, so for this next row we're going to do double crochets. Okay, so into this first opening we're going to put 1 double crochet, and into each opening we're going to put 2 double crochets. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're going to repeat this all the way until we get around. All right, so 2 double crochets into each opening stitch. Okay, I'll meet you back around when I finish. So we're at the end of this row, and again we're going to go into the stitch, the second stitch. No, we're going to go into the first stitch from the chain 3 spot to close off this end. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our work. Okay, so for the next 11 rows we're going to repeat this one row. All right, so you chain 3, flip, and into the first stitch you put a double crochet. Then in each stitch after you just put a double crochet. All right, So we're going to repeat this for 11 rounds, okay? So after you do the 11, I want you to come back and check in, and we'll go to the next section. All right, so one double crochet in each stitch all the way around for 11 rows. All right, so I'll meet you when I am finished. Okay, we're back and I'm done with all my rows. I want you to go ahead and try this on so you can see how it fits and see exactly where you want to put your chain at to separate your legs. I already marked mine, so when you try yours on, make sure you mark yours. What I do is I try mine on, but what I do to figure out where's the middle, this part right here where we're joining at, that's basically the middle of the back for me. So I make sure make sure that's in the middle, and I line up this part with it, and whichever stitch falls on it, that's the one I'm going to go with. Okay, so it's right here. I'm going to join with this one. Okay, so after you try it on, we can start doing the legs. Okay, so to separate the legs, we have to chain up 20. Okay, so let's go ahead and chain up 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so then we're going to take this out and we're going to connect right here. Okay, so I'm going to put my hook there first, and then I'm going to take this out so it won't be in my way. And then I'm going to make sure when you connect, your chain is not tangled. Make sure it's straight. Okay, so then we're going to connect. We're going to pull it through that stitch, and then we're going to chain 1. Okay, and that's how we're going to join to make our legs. Okay, all right, you want to turn it to the side because we're going to start on the right leg. It don't really matter what leg you start on, but right now I'm going to start on the right. Okay, so I'm going to chain. After chaining 1, I'm going to chain up 2 more, 1 and 2. Okay, I'm also on my second bundle by now, so you'll know. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to work into this chain, and we're going to go around until we get back to this side right here. Okay, so we're going to go around with double crochets. Okay, so right here into this stitch right here, we're going to put a double crochet. Okay, all right, so into this stitch right here where we join, you want to put a double crochet. Okay, so next we're going to go inside these stitches, and we're going to put double crochets. All right, so we're going to do this until we get right here, and I'll meet you back when I'm finished. Okay, so we're at the last chain in the chain that we had did for to separate the legs. So I'm going to put the last crochet there. Okay, into this opening right here, this stitch, I'm going to put 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Okay, so then we're just going to go around the leg area, this area, and we're going to make double crochets all the way around until we get to the end. So go around this part all the way around, and I'll meet you back when I get to this area right there. Okay, so I'm at the end of this row, and it's time to join this together. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our work. Okay, so on each leg side, we're going to at least have 8 rows. I know 8 rows is what works for me. So including the row we just did, we're going to do 5 rows. So you should do 4 more rows. So all you do is just go back around and just keep until you get to 5 rows up here. Okay, after you have your 5 rows, meet me back so we can see how it looks and if you'll need another row. So just do it again. Start in the first stitch with your double crochet and go all the way around till you get to the end, and you keep continuously doing this until you have done 5 rows, and I'll meet you back here when I'm finished with my 5. Okay, so I am finished with the 5th row for my legs, and this is how it looks so far lengthwise. We're going to be adding 3 more rows, but if you want it longer, you can. If you want to actually make these pants, you can actually do more rows. I know for my pants I do about 73 rows just for pants, so you're 73 to like 75, so you can actually go and do as many rows as you want until you have the length that you want. But if you're just doing the shorts, if this is good enough for you, we're going to start on the last 3 rows. Okay, so I chained up 3 after I finished my work, and I'm going to add an extra chain, so you want to chain up 4. Okay, so that's the extra chain, and then I flip my work. Okay, okay, so what we're going to do for this row, we're going to make the spaces again. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip this first stitch, and we're going to go into the next stitch with a half double crochet. Okay, like that, then chain 1, skip a space, and go into the second space with a half double crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and go into the second stitch with a half double crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch and go into the second stitch with a half double crochet. Okay, so this is what we're doing for this round right here. Okay, so you're going to do this all the way around, chain 1, skip a stitch, go into the second stitch with a half double crochet all the way around until you get to the end, and I'll meet you back when I'm finished. Okay, so we're at the end of this row, so I'm going to stitch into the third chain on this chain and close it off, chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to flip our work. Okay, so into this next round, all we're going to do is be going into these openings with 2 double crochets. Okay, so for this first one, we're going to put 1, and we're going to put another one, 2, and then in each opening we're going to put 2. Okay, the next one, 2, and we're going to do this all the way around until we get to the end of this row. So 2 double crochets in each of the opening, and when I get done, I'll meet you back. All right. Okay, so I'm at the end of this row and I'm going to join together. I'm going to leave a chain in the middle, so this starter chain, what we did in the beginning of this row, it'll be even with the other spaces. So then we're going to stitch, and then we're going to chain up 2, and then we're going to turn our work. Okay, so I'm at the end of this row and I'm going to go ahead and connect, chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to flip our work. Okay, so for the last row for this side, we're going to do shells. Okay, so into this stitch right here, we're going to put 3 shells. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this actually counts as, it'll look like 1. We're going to put 1 more double crochet, so you should have 4 double crochets plus the chain is 5. Okay, so then we're going to skip 1 stitch, then into this stitch right here we're going to put a single crochet. Okay, so next what we're going to do, we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and into the third stitch we're going to put 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and we're going to skip 1, and into the second stitch we're going to put a single crochet. Okay, so skip 2, into the third stitch we're going to put 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip 1 stitch, and into the second stitch we're going to put a single crochet. All right, we're going to continue this all the way around until we get to the end, and I'll meet you back. Remember, we're going to skip 2 into the third, 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, into skip the first stitch next to it, and into the second one we put a single crochet. All right, so repeat that all the way around and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so we're at the end of this row and I'm going to join together on the chain 3, make another chain, and we're going to cut our work, fasten off. Okay, so this is the first leg for the shorts. Now it's time for us to work on the second one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to join on to this stitch. Okay, okay, so we're going to join onto this on this stitch. All right, so we're going to connect and we're going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I like to kind of give the extra a little pull to make sure it's tight. Okay, so like how we did on that one, we're going to start on this part right here. Okay, so we're going to put 2, so we're going to put 2 double crochets into this part right here. Okay, so that double crochet, it's not okay. So yeah, okay, so I'm holding on to this part so I can tuck this part as I go, so I won't have to tuck it when I go back. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go into these parts of the stitch. Okay, so we're going to go into this one right here first. Okay, all right, then we're going to go to the next one. Okay, and we're going to do this all the way down until we get to this end right here, and I'll meet you back when I'm finished. Okay, so this is how the shorts look. Okay, now we have to make the belt for it. Okay, so we have to make a chain for our belt for our pants, okay? So in order to make the chain, we're going to slip stitch. You can, I probably make 200, 250 chain. It depends on how long you want yours, okay? So to make the chain, you just chain up the amount that you want, okay? So when we finish, I'll come back so you can see exactly how we feed the belt into our shorts, okay? So go ahead and chain up the amount that you want, and I'll see you when I'm finished, okay? We're back and I'm done with that, and I have my belt on a needle. Okay, so to line it up, we're not going to go into this hole right here. We're going to start into this hole right here, all right? So you're going to go in, you're basically going to go in, out, and just use this to pull it through. In, out, in, out. Closer. Okay, now that our belt is finished, we're going to put it on. You should have left some of your ends up there so you can put it on a needle. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to skip this hole right here, and into this one right here is a hole, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go into that hole, and then we're going to go out into that hole, okay? And then find the hole in that one, go into there, out into that one, okay? The next one, we're going to go in, out, in, out, all right? And we're going to do this all the way around, okay? So go ahead and just go in, out, until you get to the end. So we're out, in, out. Yeah, so here's the end result. I made a shirt to go with it. If you want to know how you can make a halter top shirt to go with it, I'll drop a link to the video I made, my previous halter top that can go with it. And thank you again.